Alrighty, so my other phone died. It's on the shitty charger because it's a shitty charger. But anyways, we have some quartz here, and there's mixtures of mica and the small kind of dark red mineral that's actually garnet. There's more mica, and let's see, garnet and the light. Yeah, there you go. It could also be little chunks of magnetite, but I don't know. I'm thinking garnet. So I looked on the bedrock map, and it said garnets are common in this area. The beautiful Chimaphila maculata. I love this plant. Little ericaceous shrub. Look at them leaves. Ah, old beech grove here. Let's see, probably 2.5 feet around. Big trees. More epiphagus, beech drops. These beautiful crystalline rocks. It's made up of all these different crystals. Very small ones. Beautiful. Look at the size of these micas here. This area looks more metamorphic or sedimentary compared to the other granites we were seeing. So it could be cooked granite. Beautiful. So I started over there by the waterfall, and I've made it all the way down to here, where the little creek meets the Connecticut River. You can already see we have some climacium, or tree moss. Look at that, isn't that nice? This one's quite common. Typical in wetlands. Isn't that cool? Climacium, probably Americanum. We have a plant in the genus Alnus, or alders. It could be in any number of a few species. I gotta get better IDing them. This is a catkin plant in the birch family. So these are going to be long, kind of yellow danglers, and then these will be the little flowers. Or the female flowers, I mean. So these are the male flowers, the pollen cones. And it typically grows along bodies of water, like the Connecticut River here. Beautiful Clethra onifolia, or sweet pepper bush. These are white in August, and it's just a wonderful kind of wetland shrub. We have a shrub in the pea family called Amorpha fruticosa. These are purple flowers in the summer, and it's found all over the place. I thought it wasn't native, but cool. Growing right on the shores of the Connecticut. And these are all little purple flowers. Amorpha fruticosa. What's the common name on that? The other name for it is false indigo. I think it might be even blue false indigo. I think these are all little fruits too. They are. I'm going to gather some. Weeks ago, I was on that hill. That hill out there, it's a great hill right there. I was on that glade. That's awesome. And beaver damage up on this glade. Eating the bark of this black birch right here. Look at that. So eventually that'll fall, and they're going to try to make the shores, they already killed out that hemlock. They're probably going to make the shores more open, which is good. It helps diversity. This is an open, rocky slope forest. These are all young birch. We got chestnut oak, and we have a few older birches here and there. But mostly young birch and scattered chestnut oak. To be a much denser hemlock forest. But most of them were likely killed off by the adelgid, and there's only a few remaining. So that explains these open areas, and also explains why the hemlocks couldn't really return, is because they had such high pressure from the adelgid that they just died when they were small. Thus, the habitat selected for black birch, which didn't get eaten as much, and the occasional beech. If this was a healthy forest, this return would be both birch, hemlock, and beech. It's a steep climb, so it's a bit of a breather, you know. Really pink color that the new or old bark is on these old chestnut oaks. You can actually kind of, count the rings of it. I don't know how you'd call that, but beautiful chonky bark. And then as it ages, the chonky bark actually flakes off towards the base because it rots. Because this bark is made for fire. So you typically see these in fire-prone landscapes or just very dry landscapes, which kind of go hand in hand. because overall the chonky bark provides thick protection against heat, and then it also prevents water loss because it's thick. So I might be completely wrong, but chestnut leaves also are like thick and hairy and almost glabrous, meaning they don't want to lose, you know, their water. Birches are kind of glabrous, but birches I see in all sorts of habitats. And if there's a drought, they're one of the first things to lose their leaves and start turning yellow. And they're one of the first trees to lose their leaves in the fall, being this beautiful bright yellow color. Here's a big one, growing right out of the rock. So the soil is only a few inches thick here, because right below we have the granite. And the reason why is because things have trouble accumulating here. It's always running down slope. And not to mention it's drier, so it holds less water, thus it makes less, I guess, biomass. See kind of weird growths or balls on little oak trees. It's likely a gall. And this happens when a little parasitic insect inserts itself into the tree and feeds on it, and then develops, and it forms this like tumor around it, and then it hatches out. And then there's a whole class of insects that parasitize the insects that parasitize the plant. Isn't that cool? They're quite common. There's several different types too. Schizachyrium scoparium, or little blue stem, growing on this little granite glade underneath pitch pines, which are Pinus rajata. Then we have Polytrichum commune right here. It's another common moss, typically in dry areas. Vaccinium angustifolium, or the lowbush blueberry. We have Lassalia papulosa, or toadskin lichen, another common one that grows up on rocks.